This session, I am going to explain you the difference between formal and informal letter. So friends, without further ado, let's get started. Now come, let's understand what is letter. A letter is a means of communication which is commonly used in both personal and professional life, with the help of which two persons can exchange their information, news, feelings, ideas, etc. It is a text message which can be handwritten, typed or printed, sent by one person to another via mail or post, so as to inform, complain, report, enquire or request something. Letter writing is an art of writing well-drafted and understandable letters that helps the recipient of the message to interpret it in the same sense and respond positively. Further, there are two types of letter, formal letter and informal letter. You should always keep in mind that good letters always helps in building and maintaining a healthy interpersonal relationship between the sender and recipient. And so, before writing a letter, you should identify the type of letter, make sure you start and end the letter correctly, establish the main intent and content of the letter. Language used must be polite, humble and easily understandable. Lastly, the length of the letter should be according to the requirement. Formal letter. Formal letter refers to a letter written in a professional language, usually in third person and passive voice, in a prescribed format. That is, they follow a specific pattern. Further, in a formal letter, unnecessary details are totally avoided so as to address the point for which the letter is written directly. These letters are commonly used for business, legal or professional purposes such as letter to the editor, job application, business letter, etc. Now we will discuss the basic format of formal letter. At the top left corner, you have to write the sender's name, address, along with the contact details and email ID, which will be followed by date. Thereafter, you have to write the recipient's name, designation, name of the organization, recipient's address, reference number if any. Thereafter, salutations or greetings is to be given, such as respected sir, ma'am, etc., which will be followed by the main content. In the introductory paragraph, you have to specify the reason for writing this letter. In the next paragraph, you will give a complete explanation of writing this letter. And finally, in the concluding paragraph, you will sum up the main point and look forward for a response. At the end, you sign off at the bottom left corner under yours truly or yours faithfully with your signature, full name in block letters and designation. Now we will discuss some points which you should always keep in mind before writing formal letter. Avoid unnecessary words and details. Language should be polite and humble. The letter must be free from any grammatical mistakes. You should always use formal standard English as it is understandable to all. Sentences must be precise and straight to the point. You should always use a date format like this and not like this. Informal letters. Informal letters are the letter written to our close ones, that is, it is written to any person whom we know personally, such as friends, parents, siblings, relatives, neighbors, acquaintances, etc. These are personal letters which contains personal information, news, or they are just written conversation between the sender and recipient. There is no prescribed format or pattern followed in an informal letter. Now, I will tell you the basic way of writing informal letter. So, first of all, you have to write the sender's address at the top left corner, which is followed by date. Thereafter, salutations or greetings are given, such as dear, hello. Then you have to write the main content. Finally, you will sign off at the bottom left corner using the words yours affectionately, with love, etc. along with your name. Come, let's discuss the do's and don'ts of informal letter. Contractions and abbreviations can be used. You can also use exclamation mark to express joy or shock. Colloquial terms or slang can be used. You should write the date in this format and not in this format. Lastly, you should sign off based on the degree of intimacy with the recipient. Now we will discuss the differences between formal and informal letter. Meaning, formal letter refers to a letter written in a formal or professional language in a prescribed format with a specific objective in mind. On the other hand, informal letters are the letters written in a casual or friendly language to any person you are quite familiar with. When it comes to form of verb, business letters are written in first person while the other letters are written in third person. On the other hand, informal letters are written in any of the three forms of verb as required. Formal letters are used in professional, legal or business communication, whereas informal letters are used in personal communication. Next, there is a prescribed format of writing formal letters, whereas there is no prescribed format of writing informal letter. Formal letters are normally addressed to organization, government departments, schools, colleges, institutions, employer, etc. to make complaints or make a formal request, inquire something, formally invite for something, etc. On the contrary, informal letters are written to family, friends, cousins, relatives or acquaintances. Formal letters are always written in passive voice, whereas informal letters are normally written in active voice. While writing formal letters, the language and tone used must be polite and formal, as against while writing informal letter, you can use friendly and emotional tone and language. Next. In general, long and complex sentences are found in formal letter. Conversely, in an informal letter, the sentences are concise and simple. The use of contraction and abbreviation is strictly avoided in formal letter, whereas in informal letters, contraction and abbreviations are highly used. Now, if we talk about technical jargons, phrases and idioms, they are completely avoided in formal letter. But at the same time, they are used in informal letter. Imperative sentences. First, I would like to tell you what is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are the sentences which starts with a verb. So these type of sentences are not used in formal letter, but in an informal letter these are commonly used. So guys, this brings me to the end of this lesson. I hope the concepts has been clear.